It was Memorial Day weekend 27 years ago when 19-year-old freshman Kristin Smart vanished, and the nightmare began for her family. She disappeared after a college party at California Polytechnic State University. Paul Flores walked her home that night and was the last person to see her, but authorities wouldn't interview him for 6 days. Now, he says he went back to his dorm alone, but later 4 cadaver dogs reacted to his room. He also had a black eye and told multiple stories about how he got it. And he had a reputation at Cal Poly and a nickname, Chester the Molester. Years passed without progress, but the family never gave up. And then finally, 2 decades after she vanished, more than 2 decades, biological evidence was found under a deck at the home of Paul Flores's father. After a 3-month trial in 2022, a jury convicted Paul Flores of the murder of Kristin Smart, and he is now serving 25 years to life in prison. But the family's search for justice is not over yet. There is a new lawsuit, and the family's lawyer, Marc Lewis, joins us now to discuss. Marc, we appreciate you being here. And Marc, explain to us, the university, Cal Poly, now faces a lawsuit from the family, and the family says Cal Poly failed our daughter. They say, quote, had the university acted properly, conducted a thorough investigation into Flores's past concerning behavior, and implemented appropriate disciplinary measures, Kristin would likely still be alive today. So Marc, in your eyes, how did Cal Poly fail? Specifically, what do you feel they ignored about her killer?
Yeah, in addition to his nickname as Chester the Molester, I mean, there were specific reports of instances of stalking and harassment that should have put the university on notice that they had a predator in their midst. And, Cal Poly didn't do anything about that. It's our position that at a very minimum, Mr. Flores should not have been in university housing where the crime took place. To mention, he probably shouldn't have been a student at the university whatsoever. So it's our view. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So the lawsuit says not only did the school not pursue a missing person case or interview witnesses promptly, it did not seal the dorm room as a crime scene. They allowed it to be sanitized and cleaned before it was searched. It wasn't searched until 16 days after her disappearance. So tell me, does the family believe that mistakes made by the university actually allowed Flores to assault other women in subsequent years?
Absolutely. The subsequent failure of the university and its police department to execute a proper investigation really caused just an incredible amount of damage to the Smart family. It's basically their negligence that caused this case to remain open for, as you said, the better part of 30 years. And it's a true tragedy. So
what specifically did the university know about Flores that should have been a red flag before this happened?
Again, it was multiple instances of stalking and harassment that had occurred before Kristin disappeared that they should have known about and disciplined him for.
And how many women suffered at his hands as a result after her death?
It's unknown. I mean, it's at least a dozen that we know about. But the list likely is shocking the conscience.
I think the question is why now for many people. And I found this interesting. The family says that they did not fully comprehend the university's failure until after the school recently apologized. Do you feel this is sending the message that institutions should not address or investigate their failings even from decades ago?
No, absolutely not. I think it's a critically important fact for an entity to take responsibility for actions of negligence. It's just important to know here that we had no idea, and my clients had no idea, that the university had acted negligently until recently. And that both came from the university's apology as well as from the very recent criminal trial and investigative journalism that took place surrounding the time of the criminal trial.
A lot of time has passed. 27 years have gone by. Do you think that this case realistically has a chance of succeeding for the family?
Absolutely. The law is very clear that when a defendant entity like the university here takes measures to conceal evidence, that doesn't get them off the hook for the mere passage of time. Between that and several other factors, not to mention that the university could choose to do the right thing and take responsibility. We absolutely think this is an important case to pursue.
What does justice look like for this family, and also how are they doing these 27 years later?
It's a struggle. They're really, really struggling with this, and I won't beat around the bush there. I mean, it's a hard fact to have your daughter be missing for the better part of 30 years and not understand, what possibly could have happened. And then it's this recent revelation that the university could have prevented it. It just is all the more tragic. So, it's a very difficult time for them. And justice, it's impossible to really try to conceptualize what that means in a case like this, but they're after justice, and that's certainly the case.
All right, Marc Lewis, I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.